Did you know that the difference between the gold medal and the silver medal, statistically, we've measured this over the last 8 Olympic Games, is 2.01%. And it is consistent. It is almost always, on average, a 2% difference. And there's a reason for that. It's called judging bias. The Harvard Business Review did a study, a reprint of a paper, an analysis on judging bias. So the word bias makes you think favoritism. That's not what is meant in judging. Judging bias, a judge is professionally trained, an Olympic judge, to never compare two competitors. They're not supposed to compare two people. What they're supposed to do is when the diver goes up on the platform, executes their dive, or the pair executes their dive, they're supposed to judge that dive only on that dive's elements, score it immediately, and then the next diver goes, and they're supposed to erase their memory of the last pair. Which is very difficult to do. And here you are presenting to a group of people, right, that are not professionally trained to be judges. So they are constantly comparing how you showed something to how the competition showed it, how you talked about something, how the competitor talked about it. What we're going to talk about today are all the ways that we can do a better job at actually being compared. Okay? So the question, of course, is it the best product that makes the difference? You know, Speedo came out with a slick suit. And all of a sudden, all the swimmers were setting world records. It didn't take real long for the competitors to figure out they all needed that same swimming suit in order to, pick up the speed. How many people in this room, and I want you to raise your hand, truly, honestly, really believe that your product, the one that you sell or demo every day, is so much better than the competition? It is the best product and you win every time because of that? Raise your hand. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Last session we had 2 hands went up. 2. That's all, 2 hands. It's not about this product. What it's about is great preparation as a team. Are you well prepared in terms of understanding the customer's perspective, addressing that, establishing value, executing on that, right? Are you prepared as a team? Second thing is tactics. Do you have good proven tactics? As a team, when you present something, are you using good presentation skills? When you have a conversation with somebody, are you using good meeting skills? That's it, tactics. The other part is superior teamwork. Right? Superior teamwork, your team is being judged in terms of how you are in front of the group, and you're being compared against how they think the other team is. And they are making a connection between how your teamwork is and how their teamwork is. The connection is, and that's how our implementation will be. Which is kind of a scary thought when you're in support. You're being judged based on how good the sales team is. So, the other part of it is you have to eliminate mistakes. Kind of like the snowboard half piper hit his chin on the edge, which had to hurt a lot. Okay? We can't have mistakes. Now, a lot of sales training focuses almost entirely on, we want you to leave this afternoon really excited, and, I want you to too. But we also need to talk about being honest and not making certain mistakes. So I'm going to play a video for you of an example. And it's from our Prime products. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Here's the situation. This guy in the picture up here is a salesperson. And I am somebody in pre-sales, and he wants to get me involved in the deal. Now watch what happens in this little video.
Yeah, I think that'll work. I know just the guy who can do the demo for us too, and I'm confident he'll be able to do it on Monday. Okay. Okay, good, thanks. Okay, better get Bob on the phone here. Yeah, what's up, Jeff? Hey, I just got off the phone with Capital Industrial. These guys are a great opportunity. Here's the catch, we gotta get out there on Monday. Are you available?
Well, it sounds good, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I mean, what do we know about these guys? What do they want to see?
Well, we know it's a pretty big operation, easily a couple $100,000 opportunity.
Well, that's fine. But why don't you give me something to focus on? What do I need to show them in the demo?
I think if you just do what you normally do. I think what you did for Turner last week would be just great.
Yeah, but remember what happened at Turner. I spent all that time talking about remote salespeople and found out too late that they didn't have any. I mean, can we at least have a call with these guys before the demo?
No, I think this is a completely different situation. Plus, I don't really think that we have time for a call, and I'm doubtful they would agree to it anyway. Hey, I have a call coming in on my cell phone. Do me a favor, email me your travel arrangements. I'll take care of everything. We'll see you on Monday, okay?
Okay. See ya. Here we go again. I'm sure this is going to be fun.
Right? Just do what you always do. Okay. If you're in pre-sales, stand up for me, please. Anybody in pre-sales, stand. If this has ever happened to you, I want you to applaud. I want you to applaud if this has ever happened. Now, for all the salespeople in the room, by the way, I have a sales background, we're all kind of going, did you have to show that? Good, you can sit. All right. Now, is pre-sales completely innocent in that situation? Was I completely innocent? In other words, am I just purely the victim? I'm not. Why am I not? Yeah, you got to push back. Absolutely. And there's no reason why I couldn't have said to Jeff, well, Jeff, how about this? I'll give them a call. And it's a lot harder for them to say no to me than it is to you since you're the salesperson. I'll do that for you. I could do that. I didn't, but I could do that. That's part of working together and executing as a team, right? Don't set your teammate up to fail, but take responsibility of not failing. It's a little bit of both. So I want to dive into this 2% factor a little bit more. And I want you to think about an opportunity where they're the ones, the prospect or the customer is the one that's pushing or driving the opportunity. They sent you an RFP. They sent you something where you have to do a presentation against these 42 elements or 142 elements, whatever it might be. So they've got a consultant involved. The consultant probably gave them a script and gave you a script. Everybody familiar with this, right? And it had a scoring system. And the scoring system was a 0 to a 5. A 0 is they can't do it at all. Their software doesn't have the capability to do it, and they can't modify the software to do it. A 5 is, wow, that far exceeded our expectations. SunGuard made me really happy here. You know, one of those kind of elements. Where most of the score is going to be, and there's a hint on the screen. It's a bell curve. They're probably going to be around 3. Okay? Now, what I do is I start the presentation off by making it a bit boring. Or I'm a pre-sales person, I don't have the background information I need, so when I show the software, I'm very focused on the functionality of the software, not so much how it relates to them. But they can check off item number 13. Can they do 13? Yes. I get a 3. Okay? My competition, however, does a little bit better job. So here's how the scoring goes. I come in, I don't make it real interesting. They can check out that we do it, but I didn't connect it to them. It looked a little bit confusing, something like that. Here's how the scoring goes. This table right here, if you are the customer and everybody has your score sheets out, here's how the scoring goes. 3, 3, 3, 2.5, because I made it a little bit dull. 3, 3, 3, 3. Not so bad. Okay? Competition comes in and does make it a little bit more relatable, a little bit more interesting. They provide a benefit. Now these are smart people. They don't need a benefit. They understand the benefit, but I go ahead and I'm a competitor. I give them the benefit. Here's how the scoring goes. 3, 3, 3, 3.5, 3, 3, 3, 3. That's the game. That's the whole game. That's how you win or you lose by 2%. Do you believe that in an event like this? It's exactly what happens. In my career, I spent 20 years in the software business, went through hundreds of these, and that's exactly what happens. So anything we can do at every step of the way to make it more relatable, interesting, provide a benefit, even though I think they don't need a benefit, address the senior executives' issues, address the managers' issues, anything we can do improves our opportunity to win that by 2%. So we're going to talk about a number of ways we can improve our chances. Right? How you can leave here today or tomorrow, show up next Monday and be better as a team. Wouldn't you love to be able to do that? Rather than it being a lot of theory, a sales theory up here, and you could actually have some practical things you can take. That's what we're going to do this afternoon. Okay, we're going to go through some guiding principles, some concepts that are important that are just part of your foundation. Then I'm going to actually walk through the part of the sales process, and part of it will be team discovery. I don't mean sales discovery, by the way, like qualifying, figuring out power, who we're competing with. I mean, we're engaged now. I'm a salesperson. I'm about to spend real SunGard money and engage our resources, how we can do a better job of solution discovery as a team. And why, as a salesperson, you not only need to be involved, you want to be involved in the discovery. Okay? And we'll talk about how you take that information from discovery and you manufacture a competitive differentiation. Because you just admitted at the beginning of this, nobody's got such a great product that's differentiated to the degree that you're going to win all the time. So we have to manufacture that differentiation. It's just the real world we live in. So we'll talk about how we do that, and then finally how we present it. We're going to do all of that in 3 hours. So it's compressed, but hang with me. We'll walk through this and you'll have some things for Monday morning. Sound good? Okay. All right, so let's start with some guiding principles. How many people in here did the pre-work, watch the videos that we put out there? Raise your hand if you did. Fantastic. You guys are terrific. They were short, right? To the point. Okay. Where are these people? City Harbor Bridge, that's right. God, you failed already. You can't do that. You gave me the wrong answer already. It's a bridge, okay. They are on the very top of that bridge. Did you know that you can pay, it's about 200 or 300 Australian dollars, and you can do that. You could walk over the top of that bridge, 1,000 feet above. You don't want to do that? Why don't you want to do that? You don't like heights.
Too high.
Yeah, too high. Anybody else not like heights? Who else doesn't want to do it? Who else doesn't want to pay this money to go do that? Anybody else? Okay. Any other reason besides you're afraid of heights? Too expensive. Okay, fair. All right. Let me express it this way. If you were willing to take care of your fear of heights, you were willing to actually do it. If I were able to convince you to do it by offering you 500,000 Australian dollars to do it, would you do it then? For 500,000 Australian dollars? You still wouldn't do it.
Too low, too low.
You'll do it. Okay. Anybody else afraid of heights? Would you do it then? See, it's just about motivation, right? Getting people to do things like this is all about motivation. And recognizing that different people have different motivations. And so part of what we want to do is mentally break down people's motivations and present to you their motivations. So for example, operational people, operational buyers, technical buyers, what is their motivation in putting in new software? Yeah, it's all about impact on their job. You can talk about value all you want. Oh, our return on investment for this is, you're going to save this much a year. Somebody who does the job every day doesn't care about the money. What they care about is, don't ruin my life. Right? If I do this, I want my job to be easier, faster. That's what they care about. Now, managers tend to be all about productivity and risk. They want to improve productivity and reduce risk. Now we're bringing value in. Okay? And executives tend to be strategic buyers and financial buyers, like we learned about this morning. They tend to be very focused on, vision and strategy and initiatives. Okay? That's seemingly obvious. The question becomes, when we go to present the solution or talk about it in a sales call or do a demo, are we really addressing the people on their level in terms of their buying motivations? Are we organizing our presentation to address those needs? So we're going to talk about that, how we do that. Now, there's a piece of material that you have, it's called a value pyramid. It's on a laminated card, a plastic card there. You pull that out, it's your first card. And it says this, okay? Some people on a continuum think short term and some think long term. Some people are very much experiential. They're thinking about the experience. Others are thinking about the money, the return on investment. It's no surprise that operational and technical buyers tend to think very short term and very much about the experience of using the software. Whereas managers tend to think more in the middle, and executives tend to think about, what's the power position of this, or what's the strategic initiative this is addressing. Why do I want to put budget on this? Why do I want to prioritize budget here versus all these other places I can put budget on? Okay? And that creates the value pyramid, which coincides with how your presentation should go and how much time you spend in different areas. And we'll get to that in a little while. Okay? But the value pyramid, the examples that are written on the card, are the kind of motivations, kind of statements we want to make to those different people. So when we organize our presentation or our demo, and we present to them, we want to look them in the eye and present the benefit statement to those people. So here's my point, okay? Let's change from this group being the selection committee to this group being the selection committee. So she's the senior executive, manager, okay? Manager, operations. You do the job every day, you manage the team, you've got the budget, okay? If I'm up here doing a demo, and I'm showing a piece of functionality, I'm in pre-sales, and I get done doing a trade, and I say, and it was quick and easy, I'm going to look at these two people in the eye, and I'm going to say, you can see how quick and easy that was. I'm almost ignoring over here, because they're the ones that care the most about this. When I summarize this section about how quickly we can do trades, how we can handle compliance real easily, and I do all of that, and I summarize that section, I'm going to turn to the managers and talk to them. And then I'm going to say, you can see why that really helps address your strategic initiative of making sure, from a compliance perspective, your compliance dollars are in line with what they should be compared to your peers. I point is, it's little things like that that's the 2% factor. Right? And be more conversational in how we do it. Okay? So that's how we use the value pyramid. That becomes the motivations. We're going to do a quick exercise. So at each table, if you're a table leader, raise your hand. For anybody that's a table leader. 1, 2, 3, good. 4, excellent. Who's going to volunteer here to be table leader? You're a table leader, okay. You'll do it? All right, excellent. If you're a table leader, I'd like you to get up and come to the front of the room while I give everybody instructions. So go ahead and rise and come to the front of the room if you're just volunteer to be a table leader or you've been assigned one. So come on up. You guys can't hide in the back. There you go. Okay. On this exercise, on page 3 is a blank sheet that lists a number of statements, and I want you to write A, B, C, D, or E as to whether it is a feature, a benefit. You'll see the instructions, okay? So do that real quick. Just take about 5 minutes to do that. Every single individual do that. So turn in your exercise packet. That's this thing right here. Piece of paper. And turn to page 3 and fill in A, B, C, D, the appropriate letter for each of those statements. By the way, these statements came right out of your materials. These are SunGuard statements.
Can I hold on to this? I'll pass it on after that.
So you guys don't have one of these